Woo! All right, everyone, here we are with the PlayStation 5 Pro. We're going to be unboxing it today. Man, do I have a story to share regarding me picking up this console. I had to make a couple of pickup changes, and it almost resulted in me having to wait an additional day for me to pick up the system. So yeah, anyway, I have it here, and I'll share the story as we're doing the unboxing here, but we're going to be taking a look at the actual console itself, mostly doing that today. And I also have with me the disk drive. All right, I ordered this back in like September when the console, when the PS5 Pro was first announced, and they basically said, yeah, there was no disk tray included. I ordered this right away, and now it's a good thing I did, because these things are basically sold out everywhere, and scalpers are charging double, if not nearly triple the price for these. So it is what it is, but we're going to be setting both of those up. I'm also going to be taking out the NVMe SSD in my standard PS5 and switching it over. So from what I'm to understand, when you just take out the already used SSD that you've made or expanded in your original PS5, it doesn't need to format the SSD again. So all of my games and all of my installs on that SSD will still be present immediately once I boot up the Pro. So that's a huge time saver, because I don't have to actually reinstall any of these games that I want to check out on it. So we're going to be basically doing all of that today. Yeah, it's going to be quite busy, and of course checking out the console, and I'll be doing a separate video with my impressions and review later on. But anyway, let's get to the unboxing of these systems. I'm kind of eager to see what these systems actually look like in person. Alrighty, everyone, so here we are with the PlayStation 5 Pro. I had to zoom out the camera like pretty significantly so I can capture everything in frame here, so apologies if things look a little bit skewed, but yeah, I like the box design for this. The black on blue is, to me, a lot more attractive than just the standard white. So, you know, the packaging here and everything's very similar to the base PS5 when I unboxed it, obviously with just the color. And then we have a look at the logo here and pretty much all the details. And then we have our little model number. So this is the CF7000 series, I guess. And then plastered all over, it says disc-free console pretty much everywhere. So yeah, just making sure to let everybody know, yeah, you're not getting a built-in disc tray, which you know, it is what it is. I don't want to get into that in this video, but yeah, that's basically that. Not much if we turn it over to the spine. You guys can't even see that, but there's just another, you know, kind of view of the PS5 Pro standing up. And then on the back here, we got a view of it laying down sort of horizontally. So not even the stands are included in this picture. That's weird. Anyway, some of the big, you know, talking points here. You got PSSR, optimized game performance, and advanced ray tracing. Again, I'm just kind of excited to hopefully fix all of the image treatment issues. You know, I'm someone that I noticed sort of the deficiencies with FSR, and it's actually kind of deterred me away from playing a lot of games in 60 FPS. So to now have basically great image quality at 60 FPS with, you know, hopefully marginally, you know, less of a downgrade in visuals, that's going to be fantastic. And pretty much the rest is pretty standard here. On the bottom, there's some badges here for like Dolby Atmos, which was added in a system update to the PS5. So all systems have that now. And that's pretty much it. So let's turn this over. Bear with me. Let's turn this over and let's actually unbox this thing. In fact, I might need to change the camera angle specifically for this unboxing video. So let me do that right now. All right, everyone. Well, unboxing consoles is always a bit of a pain because you have to get everything in sort of a full frame here. Anyway, this is the best I could do with my current situation right now, so hope you can forgive me. In any case, yeah, we already went over the box. Let's go ahead and start unboxing this thing. I'm gonna get my karambit knife here. So let's go ahead and cut the actual tape. We'll do it gently, because I do actually care about having nice packaging. Yeah, so let me tell you exactly sort of the pain that I was going through unboxing this thing. There's a box within a box here. I went to originally pre-order this console. I got the latest down. I originally pre-ordered this console on PlayStation.com because that's when they were first available. And then basically I was waiting until the the pre-orders went live in retail stores, because I'd much rather pick up the console from a store rather than have it shipped to my house, just because I can get it a little bit earlier, and there's just, you know, there's less friction, less chances of damage and stuff. So once they became available at Best Buy, there's no, oh, there it is. I was looking for the PlayStation logo. Once they became available at Best Buy, I went ahead and placed an order, and I originally was going to pick it up at a store, a different store, and then I changed the store like 2 days before the console came out, and they were telling me basically, hold on, the first thing we have here, by the way, is the power cord. It's in the center of this thing, so we got our power cord here, which is just the standard cable. But they were telling me basically that because I wanted to pick up the system, the hell? I think this is where the feet are supposed to go, but they don't like anchor this down, so they must just be loose in the box. Oh, this is bad. It's just literally an open, like, God, that's just terrible. Got a brand new DualSense, by the way, which I'm not going to be using. I already have, you know, 2 DualSenses in various different colors, so I'm just going to be using those. But this is going to be good because I always like to pack away these consoles in the future, so I'm just going to have this, you know, be used at a different time. But we have that over there, and then our next section is, oh, here's the feet, by the way. Oh God, I cannot emphasize enough how cheap these things are. This is like ridiculously stupid. I mean, the stand was never good on the base PS5. These are easier to install, but just the, I mean, you couldn't have done like just a different design. These couldn't have been like aluminum or something just more better than just clear plastic. Oh, this feels so cheap. In any case, Best Buy was telling me I couldn't pick up the console until the day after, basically tomorrow, that I'm unboxing this HDMI 2.1 cable and then USB-C to USB-C. We do not have a USB-A port on the front of this console, which they did change on the Slim, by the way. So obviously I didn't want to wait an extra day to pick up the system. So I ended up actually canceling that order and going to Target, which was another local store to me. And I went to go pick up the console today, and basically they handed me the console box, and the entire top portion of the console box, I'm talking basically all throughout here and even on the bottom, was like dented in. And they were going to hand me the console, the PS5 Pro, like that. I was like, wait, it's damaged. And the person was basically sitting there, you know, saying, well, it's already paid for. And I was with Jacob, and Jacob was basically like, no, we're not taking this. You're not taking that. So they actually had one more in the store that was in perfect condition. This is basically that console. No issues with the packaging, no dents whatsoever. But I'm like, after you pay $700 for a console, the retail store was just going to hand me like a dented in box. It was just absolutely ridiculous. So thankfully they had a spare console. I mean, these aren't really hard to find. They're not sold out everywhere. And that's the console that I'm unboxing with today. But I just couldn't believe that, man. That was just like, I was just like, you're really going to hand me this like broken system? Or, you know, this damaged, you know, box? Like, no, that's absolutely terrible, especially after spending this amount of money. Not doing that. All right, guys. So that's basically the story. Here's how the console looks inside. It's basically the same as like your standard PS5 setup. Let's take a look at the manuals here. General safety instruction manuals, nothing really special about that. And then this is our quick start guide, which is also dented. That's fine. You know, no one really ever reads these, but I'll probably try to fix these and flatten them out later on. All right, and then our actual console, I'm gonna lay this down actually, just because I don't wanna have to lift it out. So let me try to lay this down, and then I'm gonna pull out the console. Oh wow, it is noticeably lighter. Interesting. Oh my God. Guys, it's small. It's like a lot smaller than the pictures and the videos and all that stuff made it seem. And it's light. Like, I can hold this with one hand, and there's still some weight to it, but it's like light enough to the point where it's like not a big deal. Anyway, we have these like egg crates to hold the console in place. I'm gonna switch the camera angle back so we can get a better look at this from the top. All right, everyone, so here is a look at the PS5 Pro, you know, in its wrapping here, but man, I I cannot emphasize enough how much smaller this system actually, I mean, I haven't even looked at it right now. It's still like wrapped up, but just holding it in my hands, it's so much like, it's like condensed. It's lost a lot of the fat. It's a lot thinner. So that's actually really nice that even though it's a more powerful system, you're getting basically a souped up, or a slimmer version, I should say. So yeah, here's the top. Let's take this out. And there she is. PS5 Pro. I have to say, looking at it now, it actually looks better than I thought it would be. I wasn't a big fan of the slim design with the one, line through. I didn't really care for that design, but the way that this looks, I thought it looked a little bit better. But I have to say that seeing it now in person, I actually kind of like its profile. It's tall and it's thin, and then you got these nice, kind of fins on the side. They're like vents, they're like ridges. And interesting enough, only the top part here is shiny, black piano finish, and they're all kind of matte in between. So they look like, kind of like vents almost. It looks really cool. Here's a look at the top here. Hold on, just want to be careful setting this thing down. Yeah, so this thing's obviously a lot thinner, right? And then the way that the top works is it kind of concaves inward, which is interesting. It's a different design than the PS5 base, which kind of have this flat piano black finish that came across from the top there. So that is interesting. Then we got two USB-Cs, we got our power button, and then our disk drive is going to go here, and it has a built-in eject button on the actual plate itself. So that's really cool. On the back here, basically a same continuation of the design. The only thing that they've added here is the PlayStation symbols on the bottom, which basically works when this thing's laying down horizontally. This acts as a bit of a standoff in addition to the actual plastic feet. And you can see within here, there's these little tiny indents, and I guess you just put them in like this, and basically that's your stand. On the PS5 Pro. Yeah, not a fan of the design here. I really think Sony should have just, implemented either a higher quality version of these, or just completely done away with it and just had the console, I don't know, maybe flat on this side. I have no idea, but I'm just not a fan of the whole stands. With base PS5, it was always problematic, but it's not really an improvement here. Okay, so if we turn this over, we have HDMI 2.1. Unfortunately, it's been confirmed now that this is still stuck at 32 gigabits per second, which means you cannot get 444 chroma subsampling when outputting at 4K 120 Hertz. It downscales to YUV 422, which basically means you get compressed color. It's kind of unfortunate. I wish they would have fixed that, but it is what it is. It doesn't really make a huge difference when you're gaming, but it would have just been nice in terms of having extra bandwidth to play with. We got our Ethernet port. This does have built-in Wi-Fi 7, so we should get a lot faster. It's basically future-proof for additional Wi-Fi routers. So this is actually kind of nice because you get faster speeds over Wi-Fi regardless. And then two super speed USB-A ports, which is nice, and then our main power port, which is just the same as the standard PS5. So that's basically how it is. Let's stand this up. You guys can get a better view of basically how this looks here. And yeah, I think it's interesting. It looks a lot better in person than it does on the videos. On the videos, you're like, okay, yeah, it's thinner. You got the ridges on the side, but I have to say, seeing it in person, I am actually more favorable towards this design than I thought I was going to be. I think it looks pretty nice. So yeah, our next point of contention here is I want to actually install the disk drive. First of all, we want to unbox that and then actually get it installed on our PS5 Pro here, so we can actually play our backwards compatible PS4 games on disk, as well as my library of currently over 50 plus PS5 games. So let's get that installed right now. All right, everyone. Well, I laid a towel down because I don't want to scratch the system while I'm taking these covers off. I have not taken off the covers for any of the slim models here, but I've seen videos of people who have done so. So this is the back side, which is where we're going to be installing the disk tray right here, and then our SSD up top. I'm going to do both of them in this video. So from the top here, we're supposed to at least grab this part, and we're supposed to be pulling just upward. Oh God, it kind of just snaps off, to be quite honest. And yeah, here's a look at the actual cover. So it's interesting because they got like this hexagonal shape pattern. It looks like a grid pattern, and there's still the PlayStation symbols, right? If you zoom in, you guys probably cannot see that, but it's still the PlayStation symbols. So here's where our NVMe SSD is going, and then for the bottom here, we're supposed to take it from, there we go. Feels like you're breaking this thing. Oh my God. I do not like that sound, man. Anyway, yeah, it's the same thing here. So I would say it's probably, well, I mean, it was easy to take off the plates before. People just didn't know how to do it because they just they would just tear them off and you have all these white lines down. So at least you don't have that issue here. Yeah, here, you get these weird, like, is that a plastic piece? It's like this weird plastic piece. Anyway, here. So yeah, here's a look at basically the interior of the system. Now to install the disk tray, it's very, very easy. All you do is you align the top clips here with basically what goes in here. You can see there's arrows on each side. So I'm just gonna do that. You start from here, you kind of, you know, lean it inward like that, and then you just lay it down and then snap it down into place. There we go. So now the disk tray is fully seated, it's installed, and then I'm going to be putting this new, you know, the actual additional slim faceplate on the top here, which is going to have our eject button. And you kind of doing this the opposite way, where you have to lay it down into the groove first. You can see there are these two angles, and then these two grooves right here. So we'll do that, and then this kind of just lays down. It should lay down. To find the groove, there it is. Lay down like so, and then they just snap on. There we go. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, this thing's fully seated now, and consoles, the disk tray is on there, it's fully installed. Now we need to unscrew this part, which is for our NVMe SSD. So we take the screwdriver here, unscrew the PlayStation screw. Let's do it a little bit more here. I do not believe that they've actually increased the size of this, so it's just basically the standard, you know, size for the Gen 4. So we got that portion. This thing's not coming up. I guess you have to, yeah, kind of pry it open here. Well, it looks slightly different, I guess. So you have these 4 different, you know, slots, and then you have your standoff screw right there with the standoff itself. So we're supposed to be unscrewing this, and we're going to be grabbing our standoff as well as our secure screw. Let's go ahead and get that. Got our secure screw and then our standoff. And then my Gen 4 NVMe SSD is this size, so you have to basically find what size you're putting in, put the standoff there. And then this is my Gen 4 NVMe. This is a 4 terabyte SSD with the additional 2 terabytes that's in here. This is going to be a 6 terabyte PS5 Pro. It's nuts. So we align it with the pegs, and then this kind of goes in at an angle. There we go. And then that kind of just sits comfortably there once you slot it in. And then we just put basically the secure screw on top. There we go. And then screw that in. And again, what's nice about this is apparently if you have games on your NVMe SSD, you don't need to reinstall them, which is great. It's just going to automatically appear and be playable even though you're setting this up on a new console. I didn't realize that was the case. So that's awesome. Yeah, just make sure it's like fully secure there. It is. And then we'll slot in the cover and then put the PlayStation screw back on. Secure that. Perfect. And then we can put the top plate back on, which again, we have to align those grooves. There we go. This should just snap into place here. Oops. We get it? There we go. Okay. top one goes in, then you have to push down on the bottom portion here, and then it just snaps. Okay, well, thankfully I never have to do that again, unless I'm probably, yes, I actually will have to do that again because they're gonna be selling additional colors with this thing, and I am gonna want to get different color face plates. I might get the silver again like I did on my base PS5, but I'm gonna have to see. Maybe Sony's gonna have additional colors. You know what they should have done? They should have just sold the 30th anniversary, you know, gray plates just as a standalone, you know, sell it and people would have bought that, and that way people can still have the 30th anniversary gray look without needing to spend like $1,000 on the console. They should have just done that, man. I don't know why they didn't, but regardless, we have our disc tray in there. There's a look of how it appears. Okay. And I have to say, I was really thinking it was going to look hideous because it kind of just judders out here, but this doesn't look as bad as I thought it would be. And then our eject button feels nice and clicky as well. All right, let's take a look at the comparison between this and the base PS5. I just want to see how it fares up size-wise. All right, everyone, so excuse the manual camera work here, but I thought this would be the best demonstration of how, you know, basically smaller this system looks. So if you just look at it from like the top perspective, it's basically nearly as tall. Maybe it's about like a centimeter smaller or so, but it's basically, you know, about the same height. But you can tell that it's a lot thinner, just a lot thinner. So yeah, it really kind of works within the system's favor here, and I think it is a nice, you know, design. You know, I definitely thought it was going to be, you know, a little bit less attractive based off the videos and stuff. I do like the base PS5 design. I think it's fine. I think it's very, you know, kind of avant-garde, and I like the kind of, you know, kind of futuristic, kind of, you know, concept design that they were kind of going for. And I didn't care with the slim, just with the way that the disc tray worked to kind of jut it out. But seeing it in person, I have to say that it looks a lot better than I thought it would be. So in any case, yeah, I'm quite happy with the design of the way the system looks, but I want to see how it actually looks in my entertainment center. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, guys, well, I'm going to be honest, I don't really care to show off this portion of the video just because I know half of the comments are going to be like, I can't believe you put your PS5 in such an airtight, compressed area. Are you insane? I mean, people really expect you to like rent out the white room, like the PS3 ads, and literally have this thing placed in like this open airfield, you know, hangar, and just have basically nothing else but the console hooked up in there, I swear. So anyway, I'm doing it anyway because, you know, it's just more flavor to this unboxing video rather than just, oh, let's take a look at the console. Anyway, so I have the system here. I need to put the plastic feet on it, which I do have. There they are. These things that came with the disc tray itself. Again, don't really care for the cheapness of these. Can I get this to focus? There we go. Yeah, don't really care for like the cheapness of these. But anyway, I'm going to put these in the groove, I guess, which goes like so. They kind of just, you know, slide in there. And I guess these go... faces inward, right? It has to face inward, or does it face outward? I'm trying to think, like, do these have to go in a specific position? Let me try to put them the opposite way. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm not sure whether they go this way or this way. I would think they probably the slight dent would be facing outward, but actually no, they don't fit that way. Okay, so the dent faces basically, or the angle faces inward. It kind of works like that. Hold on. Because these only go in one way, it appears. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Wait, no, it goes this way. Okay, got it. So yeah, it kind of looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like that basically. When you set it up, so that's how those feet kind of work. Anyway, at least it's not sliding all over the place like the old stand. I hated that old stand, man. It was bad. So this one, thankfully, it doesn't do that. Now, I think probably the easiest way would be my power cord's kind of extended here, so I probably should plug that in first, and then I have my HDMI cord there, which isn't as long as the power cable, but that's fine. And I'm just going to pick up this console from the bottom. Trying not to touch the plastic, the black plastic. Put it in there. Okay, that is actually easier. Here's the HDMI cord. I'm gonna find a way to actually get this to to plug in here. There we go. All right, HDMI is in, and then our power is in, and that's essentially what the system looks like. Again, it's basically the same. Ooh, I have my phone in there kind of illuminating the light here. But it's basically the same, you know, length as the PS5 base, but it's a lot thinner, like I said, so it doesn't have the depth as much as that system. Okay. I have to say, looking at it, again, I don't think it looks as bad in person as it does sort of on camera. Let me see if I can get like kind of a different angle for you guys. Yeah, so here's a look at basically it laying down within my entertainment center. I mean, the feet are really not that attractive. They're just not. Those things should have been like piano black, or should have just been like aluminum, or just something else besides that clear plastic. It just looks super cheap. It really does. So I'm not a fan of the way that looks, but I have to say the profile of it laying down, I know it looks kind of bad on camera if you didn't like this design, but it does look slightly better in person, I have to say. Yeah, basically that is, that's how the system basically looks. Obviously, when you get different color faceplates on this thing, because the slim faceplates do not work, they are not compatible, or at least the bottom half is compatible, but the top portion is a completely different size for those slim plates, which is just really stupid. You really would have thought that they would have used the same plates. It would have saved them, I think, a lot more cost. But anyway, that's the system, how it looks in the entertainment center. So go ahead, roast me in the comments and say that this thing has no room to breathe and that I'm going to set my house on fire. I appreciate you guys as always. Sorry, I do not have the white room from the PS3 ads to place this thing in. All right, everyone, we're doing a first boot of the PS5 here. I have one camera doing my TV, and then the other showing the actual PS5 Pro. So I have my DualSense controller plugged in via the USB-C cable, and I'm going to go ahead and press the PlayStation button right now. All right, that didn't work. I have it plugged in, but this hasn't been synced to the console yet, so I'm going to go ahead and push the power button. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. The blue light emanates from here. Oh, crazy. Okay, I didn't realize that. It comes from the bottom. All right, first boot up here. I have no signal on my TV as of yet. As of yet, I have nothing. Do I have the wrong HDMI in? I don't think so. Hold on. Nope. I do not have the wrong HDMI in, but maybe it's not fully plugged in on the Pro. Hold on. No, it is. That's interesting. Oh. All right, guys. It's talking. Hold on. So the Pro. Oh God, the English, United States. The freaking. Okay, hold on. Continue with the screen. No. Jeez. Alright, so the HDMI cord on the back of the PS5 Pro wasn't fully plugged in. That was the problem. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to connect to my Wi-Fi here, so give me a sec. Alright, we are connected to Wi-Fi. Adjust the display area. Yes. Then we got our HDR set up. Now I have a Sony A95L here, so from what I already measured the brightness, so hold on for a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then put that all the way down to 0. Never have your black levels raised, people. So, all right. M.2 SSD is inserted into the expansion slot. Set it up so you can use it. So this should not be deleting my games that are installed on the M.2. They should automatically be there. I assume it's just kind of, you know, registering it with the new system here. So that will be good. You're ready to use the storage. All right, I usually do custom. I want it to always supply power to the USB ports. Don't enable turning on from the network. Download, install updates, install game updates. Yeah, all this is fine. Then we can agree this. Okay, we should be Oh, we have to update the system software. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do our system software update. Alright guys, we're downloading the last of the system update here. It's probably going to install and restart. There we go. Yeah, I have to say it's a bit weird seeing the light coming from the bottom of the PS5 Pro. And I just did a little bit quick search, so I guess the Slim is like that as well. I don't know if I like it as much as the base PS5, the launch unit, because that came from the top and kind of swooped downward. Now it emulates from the bottom and it kind of goes upward, but it fades out. So I don't really know if I care for that as much. In any case, here we are with, we're installing the system software here. And it should also be registering the disk drive, I believe. It needs to do that as well. Because it needs to register it with the internet. And then you're pretty much golden. So I guess we'll see what this looks like in a bit. Okay. Press the PlayStation controller. Oh yeah, then we have user accounts. I mean, I have to sign in completely here, so I'm just going to type my name to get started, and then I'll probably do all the account stuff. Help us build. Sure, you can take my data. Here we go. Man, it should have said welcome to PS5 Pro. They should have at least done something. I know they didn't want to differentiate. Can't use the disk drive. To use it, restart your PS5. Okay. Restart that. And if you notice, none of my games are on there from the SSD. That is interesting. I wonder, maybe that doesn't work. Maybe it actually just completely reformatted it, but it didn't say that. Man, it would be so awesome if all my games were just there. Updating your disk drive, okay. Well, I'm just excited to be able to watch basically all of my 4K movies without stutters. It should hopefully be fine. All right, to use it, register it to the PS5, okay? Registering your disk drive. And we got our users here. Yeah, so hold on, let me go into the storage. Oh, interesting. So my games are on here. You can see that my games are on here. Maybe it's because I'm not signed in with the same user. Let me add my PSN account. Yeah, let me sign into that right now. All right, I think we have it here, signing in. That was easy. I just scanned the QR code and my account just came right up, so that's good. Require PSN login code. I usually do. So, oops. I completely messed that up. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You already have a PS5 with enable. Do you want to enable? Yes. So this is the registration. Now, there is a trick, guys. There's a trick that you can basically enable it on two PS5s. What you do is on your base PS5, you enable it, then you take your console offline, you disable the internet on it, and then you basically like leave it alone. And apparently that will not deregister your system on the system side. When it goes online, it's going to detect basically that your system is registered, or that a different system is registered rather, and it will disable that. So just a heads up that you can actually do it 2 times or have 2 consoles registered as long as you take the other one offline. All right, so I think we're pretty much good there. Yeah, here's all my games, man. Oh, that's awesome. So these are all the games I had installed on the NVMe. I want to see if my... oh man. Yeah, so my folders don't exist here anymore. Remember I had my folders kind of laid out, with all my like 2020 games, 2013 games, all the PS4 games that were on there. So the folders don't transfer, but pretty much any games that are installed on your SSD will automatically transfer, and I can just put the disc in and start playing these. Oh, that's awesome. That saves me so much time, man. I thought I was gonna have to like install, some games and stuff like that. That is great. So yeah, if we go to the system here and go to storage, We have our 2 terabytes, well, slightly less than 2 terabytes. And then we have our 4 terabytes, so 6 terabytes nearly of information, man, that can be stored on here. That's awesome. All right, now the big thing as well is that although this console supports 8K, yeah, so it can support up to 8K, but yeah, unfortunately, you're still capped at 32 gigabits per second of HDMI. So you can see down here the frequencies. See how it says YUV 422 and 420? That's compressed color compared to RGB. You can see right now I'm outputting in RGB because I'm at 60 hertz, but the moment you want 120 hertz output, it compresses the color, which is just really unfortunate, man. They should have just fixed that. Yeah, here's the allow 8K output. Enhanced image quality for PS4 games. That's basically, I saw some videos on that, so that seems to work decently well for some games. I might play with that a little bit and give you guys my impressions as well. And then VRR, HDMI only on when supported, and everything else looks pretty much the same. Oh, Blu-ray disc region code, interesting. Oh, wow. You can actually change the region of your disc tray. Oh, this is interesting. I never even knew about this. So guys, if you're unaware, if you have standard Blu-ray discs, this does not apply to 4K discs. This is only standard Blu-ray. Some of them are region locked. You could just change the region of your Blu-ray disc player, and any movies from, you can see the countries, any movies that you buy from these countries will work. I had no idea you could do that. That is really cool. That essentially means that this is a one-stop a one-stop option for buying Blu-ray movies in any country. And that would make sense because Sony's not going to sell different disc drives per region. They're just going to have you choose basically what region you want. Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to play around with this some more and get some other games installed, and start giving you guys my impressions, I guess. But all this looks fantastic. Yeah, we do have, you guys can see here, we do have this exclusive background, which is this. We have this exclusive background for the PS5 Pro specifically. It just shows basically the APU, which is really nice because I think I was using this one before, and then I was using this one as well. But you do have that additional exclusive one for PS5 Pro that is fully animated. I like that. I'm gonna have to clean all this up too because none of this transferred. None of this information transferred at all. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching this video. I'll say goodbye to you guys properly, and then we'll conclude it. All right, thank you everyone very much for watching me unbox the PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm going to go into this being a little bit more optimistic than I was kind of talking about before this console's launch and way before it was even announced and stuff. But anyway, I'll be giving my impressions on Twitter. I do plan to do a bit of a sort of hardware impressions in the next couple weeks. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted basically with some other games that I play and what the user experience really is like. It should be very similar basically, if no changes at all compared to the standard base PS5. So we'll find out there. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing video regardless if you're interested in this console or not. It's always fun to kind of, get new hardware and stuff like that. And I look forward to kind of giving you guys my thoughts and impressions as I kind of test this thing, all right? So I'll talk with you guys later. Thank you all very much and have a great rest of your day.